Through 4 weeks, the Eagles haven't soared to victories, but have won 4 games. Philadelphia 4-0 for the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons, and welcoming in the Denver Broncos on Sunday. A.J. Brown, he's been front and center to drama all week long, but the Birds offense finding some rhythm. 3-3 game, check that. Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert on a 2-yard touchdown. Philly up 10-3. That was the score at the half. First drive of the 3rd quarter. Saquon Barkley running a little wheel route. Hurts locates him, and Barkley breaks loose for a 47-yard touchdown. Philly in complete control, 17-3. Yeah, all smiles, but for now. A tale of 2 halves, more like a tale of 3 quarters, and then the 4th. J.K. Dobbins bullies through for the first Denver touchdown. And then later in the quarter, Bo Nix finds Evan Ingram, stays on his feet and stretching for the goal line. He's in. You see the ball crosses before a knee or elbow touches the ground. And Sean Payton, never shy to be a little risky. Denver goes for 2. Nix to Troy Franklin, and they convert, erasing a 14-point lead. Denver tacks on a field goal. They're up 4. Last chance for the Eagles. Hurts. He just has to heave it into the end zone, and it's deflected away, and the Denver Broncos go into Philly and hand the Birds its first loss, 21-17. Here's head coach Nick Sirianni. 64 teams entering today with one goal in mind: cutting down the nets at the end of the NCAA tournament. First round of March Madness tipping off at lunchtime, and going through my 1 a.m. PB&J snack hour tonight. First game of the day, though, always an entertaining one, the 8-9 matchup in the South. Louisville and Creighton. The Blue Jays had the green light all afternoon. Jackson McAndrews capping off a 12-0 run. And this was happening in Lexington. An hour and a half from Louisville, Jemiah Neal connecting from the logo. A career-high 29 points from Neal, and the Jays grow its lead to 20. Second half, they showed Stephen Ashworth's 9-month-old baby in the crowd. That's a grown adult shot. He goes 4 for 8 from long distance, scoring 22, and Creighton on to the second round by 14. Purdue, the national runner-ups last year, the 4th seed in the Midwest, taking on High Point. The Boilermakers on the break here. Miles Colvin, no, but Camden Hyde, yes. Purdue closes the first half on a 17-7 run. As a team, the Boilermakers, 19 offensive rebounds, leading to plenty of second-chance buckets. Jikari Harris drilling it from long range, and Purdue advances 75-63 over the Panthers. Staying in the Midwest region, the top seed Houston, 3 consecutive years as a number 1, but no Final Fours to show for. This year, though, Big 12 champs for the first time. Milos Uzan, he had 25 in that game, 16 today. A 20-point Cougar lead. Emmanuel Sharper, his 3-point rims out, but prepared for takeoff is Javier Francis slamming it in. Houston, having lost just 1 game since December 7th. And just before the half, LJ Cryer cashes in 52 in the first 20, and the Cougars roll to a 38-point victory. Montana, Wisconsin, the Grizzlies, Big Sky champs, and testing the Badgers in this one. The Bull poked loose. Money Williams, money at the rim. Montana trailing by just 4 early on in the second half, but Wisconsin would answer with their own 21-7 run. Carter Gilmore from straight away for the Cheeseheads, hitting the 3. He had 8 points off the bench, and then it's Nolan Winter from nearly the same exact spot, and it's the same result. 5 scores in double figures for Wisconsin, and the Badgers avenge that Big Ten title loss, 85-66 over the Grizz. The Penguins racked up 7 goals Friday night against the Wolfpack before returning to PA for the start of a 3-game homestand. Wilkes-Barre Scranton's been nearly unbeatable at Mohegan, 18 wins in its 27 home games. The second matchup of the week with the Belleville Senators, Vasily Ponomarev pokes it through the legs of Levi Merilainen in the green St. Patty's sweaters, and the Penguins, they had the green light all night long. 3-2 Pens, 12 minutes to go in the second. Tristan Brose, the quick wrister to beat Merilainen. Belleville would pull him from goal, so Malcolm Subban comes in for the Senators, and you could say it turned into barbecue chicken for Sam Poulin, or Irish stew to go with the holiday. Right there in front of the goal, nets his 2nd of the night. That was also his 100th career AHL point, and Poulin completes the Hattie, the wraparound goal. Hat trick number 8 for Wilkes-Barre Scranton this year. They score 8 to beat Belleville by 5 goals. One final rodeo for high school seniors on the lacrosse field tonight. The senior all-star games from Abington Heights. The girls game first. Tonight's leading scorer was Crestwood's Hannah Ziegler. She had 4 goals, including that one, half of what Team Red put on the board, and they jumped out to an early lead. Ava Krasuski, the Delaware Valley senior, heading to Mount St. Mary's at the D1 level, scores one of her 2 goals. In the second half, Team Blue, they made an impressive run back into this one. Sadie Gilbert gets it past the goalie. She's heading to the U, and then under a minute to go, North Pocono's Nora Smith takes on the entire Red defense, flicks it into the goal for the game-tying goal. That's how this one would end, an 8-8 final in the girls' game. The boys to follow, blue versus white. A lot of Scranton Prep, a lot of Del Val, and here's a Warrior opening up the scoring. Noah Raboli rifles in a shot to give Team Zabrowski an early lead. On the other end, a shifty Brady Holmes, the Cavalier, almost loses his helmet but still scores. He was team MVP for Team Tulin. 2 goals for him, but it was Stevenson commit Peyton LaRocco. The BTB goal shining above everyone else, and then he brings in the team. They row the boat for the celebration. Team White, they cruise to an 11-6 victory. Nearly 9 years ago, a 6'7" outfielder named Aaron Judge got the call-up from Scranton Wilkes-Barre to join the Yankees. Fast forward to 2025. Judge, he's done a few things in his pro career, and now another 6'7" outfielder is moving up the ranks in the Yankees system. Spencer Jones, the size and power pops off the charts, and now the former first-round pick is one step closer to the bigs.
Center fielder number 48, Spencer Jones.
Jones hitting third for the Railriders tonight, and how about this for your first AAA at bat? 397 dead center. Jones showing exactly why Yankee fans can't wait to watch him in the Bronx. He finished his debut 1 for 5, but also made some great defensive plays in center field. As for the rest of the game, Railriders going for a 5th straight win. Jose Rojas, Shelly Duncan said postgame, feels like he comes up huge every single night. Here it's a go-ahead 2-run homer to put the Railriders ahead 3-2. Bottom 3, TJ Rumfield draws a walk. Jesus Rodriguez stealing third. The throw goes airborne. Rodriguez takes off for home and scores. 4-2 the final from PNC Field, but all eyes on Spencer Jones after his home run introduction to the music crowd.